As you guys will see, it's kind of wet and shitty out, but I just wanted to show you something and perhaps work on this car a little bit. I'm gonna have to move this car out of the way, but I did just get a new car. That's it right there. It was too good of a deal to pass up, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet. I might just flip it, or I might end up doing something crazy with it. Who knows? Obviously, I'm not really interested in doing something kind of simple. This is my 4th car now, and it can be absolutely wild. I got it for a good enough deal that I'm not afraid to do something absolutely crazy with it, like I did with the other Miata. Obviously, it's an NB. I'll show you guys around it a little bit later. But for right now, I'm gonna move this car over so I can go ahead and take that one and put it under the overhang so I'm not getting rained on while I work on it. Well, this is it. It's got a different aftermarket bumper, fiberglass. I don't know if I like it or not. I actually don't think it's too bad. I wish it was the same color as the car. The paint all around is actually quite good. It's got this long ass scratch dent thing there. Top is good. Interior it's okay. The driver's seat is kind of messed up, but good thing is this is a 1.8. So, and I believe the kid said that it has an LSD, but who really knows? The kid didn't really know too much. I think this was his first car and he owned it for about a week. So it's got this aftermarket intake. Obviously kind of takes it away from the hot side, which is probably pretty good since there's something in this area that's leaking exhaust wise. And the main reason I got it for so cheap is I think the kid thought it had a blown head gasket, which, you know, isn't necessarily wrong. It could. But the heater core, they bypassed it with a hose, and the hose was kinked, and it just has a split in it, so it's just leaking and it's dumping onto the exhaust, and it's just huge plumes of white smoke everywhere. So I'm gonna go ahead and replace that heater core kind of bypass hose, and that should be the biggest part of the leaks. I'll probably check the oil, make sure there's no radiator fluid in it. So here's the problem. Whenever the person took it, obviously there's the, this is a coolant hose and it goes to the heater core. These two right here, so it goes from there into here, through the heater core, comes back out there, and then it goes into where this tube went. Now, obviously someone rerouted this. I don't know why, probably because the heater core wasn't working or was leaking or whatever. But see, the problem is right here, there's a huge cut right here, and it was leaking out of there, and it was just dumping onto the manifold, creating a huge plume of white smoke and leading everyone to believe originally that it was the head gasket, which after I looked at it for about 3 seconds, I knew that it was that right away. So I'm gonna go ahead and swap that out, make sure the radiator is full of fluid, and then that way I'll be able to start it up and not really worry too much. See if there's any other problems. We'll have to take a look at that manifold leak as well. Well, that was easy enough. So not only did I do the radiator thing, but I also found out where the leak is on the exhaust, and it's right before the O2 sensor, so I think that's why it's kind of messing up a little bit right now. I don't know if you can hear in the background, but I guess all I need is that one gasket that goes from the header to the downpipe, or whatever you want to call it, and then it should be running fine. I don't know if you guys heard those backfires, but they're fucking loud. But let's take this for a ride, and we'll see how it rides, see if it heats up at all. So this interior is quite different from what I'm used to. It's actually pretty nice. Interior seems like really new. It is a 99, which I didn't even know until after I paid for the car. It's got this Nardi steering wheel, which is awesome. I actually wanted to get one of these for my other Miatas, but obviously it's kind of ripped up and stuff, but it's pretty awesome. Gauges are a little bit different than what I'm used to. Same placement, everything. Just a little bit nicer, newer, updated, and I like it a lot. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet, but we'll figure it out, I guess. So this is actually the first NB I've ever driven. I drove it up my driveway, and that's about as far as I got. I had a friend help me drive it home when we picked it up, so I didn't even get to drive it home. And then I know the exhaust there's still that leak, so it might be a little loud. It is up to temperature now, and it doesn't seem to be getting hot. Yeah, it's a little hot in here too. And my window doesn't go down. I think that one goes down all the way. That one, I don't know what's going on with that one. Very odd sounding. I can already feel that the boot that is in this shifter, there's these two different boots. I can already feel the one that goes into the tunnel is broken. I can feel the heat coming up, and that alone I think is like a $30 part. Obviously these are all really small things for how cheap I got this car for, but it is slow. Weird, that's for sure. Let's see. It sounds turboed. And I don't know if I mentioned it, but the kid did say that this has an LSD. I'm not 100% sure, but I'd like to test that out while we're out right now. What the f was that? I literally took a U-turn, full throttle, and it did not get sideways. This thing is so down on power. It's gotta be. Let's see if it does a burnout. Thing is just so low on power. Well, all went well. Very happy with my purchase, and I hope you guys are too. I think the only thing left to do to this car as of today is to go get that gasket, throw that on there, see if it takes it all away. I'm not really gonna film too much of that. I'll come back once all that's done. Alrighty guys, so a little update for you. I went to O'Reilly's. They won't have the gaskets that I need until tomorrow, so that's gonna have to wait for another day. However, some other things, I did adjust this bumper. You saw that it was sitting quite low in the front. It still is. I just tried to mount it a little bit higher. This strut bar here, I'm gonna go ahead and throw this on. It's not on right now, it's just kind of sitting on there. I think it'd be kind of cool, just might as well put it on there since it was in the car. I cleaned the whole car, it was pretty nasty. A bunch of shit in here. I cleaned it all up, it smelled a little bit. I used this one spray, whatever. No one really cares about that. Anyways, it's pretty clean. It's definitely drivable now. Only thing it needs again is this manifold gasket that goes from the second half of the manifold down into the piping. So we're gonna go ahead and throw in that strut bar, mount it all up, make sure everything fits. I'm not really too sure about the hood clearance. I really didn't know that there was that much hood clearance in a Miata, as my engine in the Lamborghini is hitting the hood since I've raised it a little bit. So last thing for today, we're gonna go ahead and throw that strut bar in, and that's gonna be it for today. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Peace out.